All right, welcome to Smokey Approved Korea. I'm your boy Jurnalist, and on this one, we are back with some more Boy City magazine. This one is going to be every time camera work ruined the BTS performance. Now that I'm watching more lives of BTS, I see how this is an issue. So I seen this video, and I was like, you know what? Let me see what gets ruined and how they're ruining it and what she might have to say about this. So that's what we're here to do today. Thank you guys very much for joining me. If you could, please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon, and PayPal are both in the description. And yeah, let's get into this one, see what we got. Also, everything right now from today until Thursday will be pre-recorded. So yeah, just understand that I'm not home, and then my sister comes on the 11th, and then she'll be here till, no, she's here on the 7th, actually, excuse me. She's here from the 7th till the 11th. So from that Thursday or Friday to the 11th, I don't know how much I'll be able to get to recording because I'll have my sister with me. But besides that, after that, I don't think I'll be back able to record again until the 15th or the 16th because I've got a studio session and some stuff that I have to do in Edinburgh. So the 13th and the 14th, I have to do some a music video shoot and a recording session. And I also have a show on the 7th that I'm rehearsing for right now as well. So that is why we're pre-recording everything and trying to make sure that we have some stuff for everybody. But just to give a heads up of what my schedule's looking like right now. Yeah, that's it. Now we can get into this.
We all know that BTS practices a lot for their performances. They have coordinated choreographies that go beyond dance steps. They choreograph the movements of their microphones, for example, as well as other illusions that we don't always notice. However, one thing that BTS cannot always control about their performances is the camera work. So I've compiled 13 moments of bad camera work in BTS performances that I can think of, and I will place these moments in this tier list. The first tier is called "This mess is kind of iconic" because there have been times when a performance has not been filmed properly, but it's somehow kind of fun and iconic in its own weird way. You will see what I mean in a second. The second tier is called "A Small Mistake." Sometimes it's really not that big of a deal. Camera work is done by camera people, and mistakes and accidents can happen. The third tier is called "A Mess." This is simply bad camera work that can truly ruin how a performance looks, but it is still not as bad as the fourth tier, which is titled "Jail." These are the performances that have unforgettable camera work. They ruin the performance at such a level that BTS calls the camera people out publicly. Hopefully, I'm not missing any performance with bad camera work, so let's start with the oldest one I can think of, "Boy in Love" at Inkigayo in 2014. Out of all the K-pop music shows, Inkigayo has the craziest camera work. They love movement and changing rapidly from different angles. Just look at all the angles they showed in 10 random seconds. They start with the camera a little high, then there's a close-up, then there's a shot of their feet, then they change to a camera that is very low and shaky, then it fades to a wide shot, then after half a second they change sets, and after another second they go back to the main set. Then the camera travels for 1 second, and then Taeyeon's face is huge. All of this in just 10 seconds. I cannot even see their faces. I dare you to go to this performance and try to take a good screenshot in which the members are not looking crazy. I also cannot see the choreography properly, but my favorite part of this performance is the camera people's obsession with filming the wall. They even made a random transition introducing the wall, and then saying goodbye to the wall. Why is it there? I have no idea, but they do love this wall with the logo as well. This performance is the
Yo, I love the sass of this young lady. She is too good. It's too good. These motherfuckers filming the wall. What the fuck?
definition of a mess. Next, we have one of the most recent BTS performances, Dope at Yet to Come in Busan. The concert Yet to Come in Busan was streamed online completely live. So logically, the camera work was not going to be the best of the best, and if there were mistakes, we were going to notice those mistakes. That's why when a cameraman fell during Dope, we all saw it in different angles. You cannot see this small accident in the movie of the concert. The camera work for this performance and actually for this entire concert was changed almost completely for the movie because they had the option of editing the best shots they could find. But the ones who watched the concert live know what happened. Still, this is just a small mistake. The camera people did the best they could to film an entire concert live, and in my opinion, it wasn't that bad. Now let's go back to 2017, when BTS performed at the Ellen Show. I tried finding conversations about BTS and bad camera work online to make this video, and one show that came up a couple of times was the Ellen Show, but honestly I don't see it. One of the biggest complaints by fans when BTS started performing in American TV was the bad camera work, which included the excessiveness of shots of the audience, and I agree with that. But not when it comes to these performances at the Ellen Show. I believe that fans from 2017 were so used to watching BTS's performances being recorded by Korean shows that prioritize choreography that a couple of shots of the audience in American shows were still a big shock. But I actually do like when shows show the audience singing and shouting. My problem is the excessiveness and the irrelevant shots of people. If you're going to show the audience, show people singing or dancing or doing something, not the people just standing there in shock. And of course, show the audience moderately, without interrupting important moments of the performance. Most American shows don't do this properly, but as much as
That's what I was gonna say. In America, at least how I remember shows, we show the crowd to show how hyped the room is. We don't actually care if you know the lyrics and stuff like that. It's for showing that it's creating the FOMO of the situation, I think, is why we do it. But I've never really paid attention to it now until I'm trying to make my comment. That like, oh yeah, I'm so used to seeing the crowd while I'm listening to a song to be like, oh yeah, these niggas having a good time. I wish I was there. I think that's how we do it. But in Korea, like she was saying, they definitely focus more on the choreography. But a lot of our actors, they're not really good at doing choreography. They're quite shit dancers. Like, they have good music, but they're really shit at dancing, a lot of the people that we have. So also the cut to the crowd is like a break and a reprieve of watching somebody do a shit choreography. It just helps sell the artist a little bit better.
I dislike the Ellen Show, their camera work for BTS's performances in 2017 and 2018 were fine. There may have been 2 or 3 unnecessary audience shots during mic drop, but these are just small mistakes. Talking about mic drop, there are a lot of performances for this song in this list for some reason. So let's talk about the 2017 performances of mic drop and DNA at Inkigayo. Whatever was happening at Inkigayo in 2014 was happening at Inkigayo in 2017. Everything changes so fast and the camera is extremely shaky. Everything keeps bouncing and there's a lot of zoom ins and outs. There's really no need for the camera to move this much. It's almost unwatchable. Also, if the members move, the camera doesn't have to move with them, because then we cannot see the dance steps at all. All we see is a shaky camera and everything is a blur.
That is just a... That watching that performance has to give you a headache, because that's not even viewable.
The camera work for this performance genuinely pisses me off and I hate it. This mess is not fun or iconic. It's simply a mess. And I would say it's an...
Who is somebody calling it jail? That's what I'm here for. She need to have another category. Fire them niggas. Fire them niggas and jail them niggas is a perfect category title.
An even bigger mess than what they were doing in 2014. Now let's talk about the type of camera work.
You saying black? Sorry about that. And then it was messing up for the boy. Well, not me, for the homie. He needed some help. So we went to help the boy. But now we back on track.
Mess that I can actually enjoy. The 2019 performance of Mic Drop at Saturday Night Live. The main problem with the camera work for mic drop at SNL is that SNL has basically no knowledge about filming choreography properly. First, usually the members who are not
SNL don't know shit. They the reason Ashley Simpson's career died. Out there played the backing track of the vocals before she started singing, or after she started singing, fucked her whole career up. SNL don't know shit. Put them niggas in jail. They should be in jail. Why is my spacebar not working, cuz?
in certain parts of the choreography go out of frame and wait until it's their turn to go back on stage. But here, they cannot go out of frame, and the cameras don't do a close-up of the members actually performing, so we can see the other members waiting for their turn. The second problem is that it seems as if the camera people thought of this performance as main singer and his backup dancers, so they sometimes do a close-up of the member singing and we cannot see the choreography around him. And sometimes we can see the choreography, but it's filmed from the wrong angle. The third problem is that the camera people don't care to remember that choreographies have figures that are not always singer at center. So there are times when they completely miss a member singing. For some reason, these problems don't really happen with Boy With Love. I feel like this is because Boy With Love doesn't have as many fast changes and unique formations as Mic Drop. But in any case, the camera work for Mic Drop is a mess. But it's not a disorienting kind of mess. The camera work at Inkigayo left me with a headache. But as someone who watched the SNL performance back in 2019 as a non-fan, this performance left me wanting to watch more of them. Yes, the cool formations and figures are mostly ruined, but a lot of the general public in the comment section saw how powerful and energetic the BTS members are. Also, it gave me a lot of vibes of real on-the-street street dancing, which is not filmed beautifully in the studio with the perfect camera angles. This mess of a camera work proves that BTS's performances don't just look good, they are good, because BTS are good. In my opinion, this mess is kind of iconic. Let's do one more performance of Mic Drop because why not? Mic Drop at the 2017 Mama. Overall, this performance of Mic Drop has very good camera work, but they made one tragic mistake. Every single ARMY waits for the iconic moment when Suga lets the mic drop, but the award show showed.
Alright, so y'all told me to high heavens the amount of people let me know that the mic was swapped out and I didn't catch that. That mic he's flipping, that's a real mic. Is it? RIP to the mic.
To the audience instead. Fortunately, we can see the actual mic drop in the performance recorded by BTS staff that is on their YouTube channel. So yes, this is one single small mistake, but it is an important one. So it goes to the beginning of the tier. Next, we have another performance from 2017, DNA at the American Music Awards.
Somebody's going to jail now. Somebody's going to jail now.
This performance has terrible camera work and sound. There are way too many audience shots. There are way too many wide shots where we can see nothing. The camera is hardly ever focused on the member singing. And overall, this is just a terribly recorded performance. There is nothing to appreciate. We can see the audience 50% of the time, and the other 50%, the members are too small, the camera angle is terrible, or the members singing is out of frame. What makes it even worse is that this is BTS's American TV debut, so it was an important moment. In the behind the scenes, the BTS members are panicking and visibly stressed out by the bad organization of the camera people.
그냥 카메라 여기서 잡고 있어도 여기를 보고 하는 게 맞아.
나는 얼굴이 보이면 안 되는 것 같아서 난 계속
그런 거 신경 쓰지 말고 우리는 정리가 좀 안 된 거 같아. 우연이 아니니까.
For this, the camera work for the
I say they probably had no idea what was framed because, just keep it 100. You niggas is props. And I mean that with the most respect, because I'm part of the gang. But I'm saying in 2017, when you're at the AMAs, them niggas is just having you there because you're gonna help boost our numbers. Like, they're not having you there because they respect the music. They're not having you there because they respect the artistry. They're having you there because they're forced to. And you've made so much noise that if they didn't have you there, it would look even crazier. So now to film your shit, the people that are filming your shit are so used to filming like a singer and a bunch of backup dancers. That's gonna be quite easy to figure out on the fly, even if I don't know your music. You tell me I gotta film 7 niggas that I don't know who is who, plus I don't know what these motherfuckers' voices sound like, plus I probably never even heard the fucking song I'm supposed to be filming. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I have no idea how to film this shit. I'm about to film this shit like it's an American fucking TV show. Wide shot, everything. Don't you wish you were at this award show? Who the fuck cares was on stage? You missed that performance. Your broke ass was at home. That's the way they filmed it, I promise you. But that's why it happened that way, which is unfortunate. But I guarantee you that's what the situation was.
This performance should go to jail. Next, we have the camera work for a Suga fancam for BTS's performance of Dionysus.
Nah, that's not fair. That's not fair. You can't. Or is this particular fan's cam has been viewed so much that it's viewed like other people's shit? Or because a fan cam means like if my black ass goes to a show and I film it from a good angle with a good enough camera and enough people watch it, that's a fan cam, correct? Or does that know what a fan cam is?
At NBC's show Music Core. Nowadays, fancams in K-pop TV shows are mostly done in a computer, but a couple of years ago, a camera person was designated a specific member they had to follow. And I prefer these fancams because we can get moments like this, when Suga's cameraman lost Suga and started looking for him in panic. Overall, this type of fancam is a little shaky and imperfect because there's an actual person following the member, but I believe that's what makes it fun. It really feels like a fan recording their favorite BTS member, which is the definition of a fancam. Computers do not make iconic mistakes like this, so for that reason, this mess is kind of iconic. While we are talking about camera work being more and more computerized, let's talk about BTS's online concert Sowusu Day 1. In 2021, BTS held their first online fan meeting. This was a 2-day streaming concert, and for the first day, the camera work was not the best. Surprisingly, the best recorded performances were the ones with choreographies, so maybe they prepared a lot for those. But when we talk about the performances of just them singing, it seemed like there was no preparation. First of all, the stage was beautiful, but there were too many aerial shots of the stage. We also saw a lot of their backs for some reason. And of course, they kept filming the wrong member. I believe that one reason why the cameras kept losing the members was because a lot of the concert was filmed with robots. And actually, one of the robots hit J-Hope's leg.
It's funny because he didn't get hurt. But nigga, like in the NFL, if you hit a red shirt like quarterback or running back during practice, like niggas been kicked off the team for that. Like they sit you down and have a real conversation. You can't touch the motherfucking money. Do you know how stupid a human body is? You could walk down a stair on a normal day, freshly stretched, and still tear an ACL. You could throw your back out drinking a glass of water. The human construction is so weak and fragile, but so astronomically strong and amazing. Don't touch that motherfucker, because we don't know what's going to happen. Like, no, you can't touch the money. But this fired. This nigga's going to jail. He has to be going to jail. He's going to jail. He's going to jail.
For the second day of the concert, the camera work was a lot better, so it's good that they fixed it, but day one was a little bit of a mess. Not Inkigayo level of mess, but it was a mess. Next we have an iconic performance, Fake Love at the 2018 Billboard Music Awards. The BBMAs have gotten a lot better at filming BTS's performances over the years, but camera work for their first performance of Fake Love in 2018 was terrible. Technically, the choreography was filmed properly. The camera people knew the moment each BTS member was about to sing, but what could have been okay camera work was ruined by the number of audience shots. In this one short performance BTS had, there were a total of 24 audience shots.
1 minute 10 seconds of a 3-minute and change song is definitely you fucked it. But again, in America, your broke ass couldn't be here. Aren't you upset that you couldn't be here? Look at all these motherfuckers enjoying this shit live. Some of these people are famous or also very like popular engagers, what's it, influencers, not engagers. Like that's why we have so much of these cameras, is to be like, yo broke ass couldn't come tonight. Don't you wish you could be here for the next one? We are important. You should care about our fake award show.
Earlier in this video, I mentioned that I don't mind some audience shots. I actually prefer having some instead of none at all, like in Korean TV shows. However, this is not only too much, but it's also not timed correctly. Here's an example of an audience shot with good timing. BTS is singing, then it cuts to a fan singing for 1 second, and then it cuts back to BTS. This doesn't happen a lot though. Here's an example of an audience shot with bad timing, which happens a lot in this performance. They filmed the fan as she was about to sing, and when she actually started singing, they changed shots. Nothing makes sense. Also, there were times when they filmed fans in the darkness, so we couldn't even see their reactions. I also believe that as camera people, if you're going to show the audience, you should be looking for people having fun, because I could see a lot of awkward moments of people being uncomfortable being on camera or having almost no reaction. And even if they are fans having fun, if your big camera focuses on them for way too long, it's going to feel uncomfortable regardless. All of these problems could have been solved by showing the audience less. Way less. Actually, if you don't know how to film audiences, don't film them at all. The camera work for this performance is a mess. Probably a bigger mess than some Inkigayo.
The rest of these niggas better go to jail. This list was just too nice. Just lock these niggas up.
Performances. Next, we have another iconic BTS performance, Idol at the 2018 Melon Music Awards. Overall, this iconic performance was filmed properly, but there was a funny and unfortunate mistake that made the performance not be 100% perfect. Here's some context. BTS prepared specific transitions with props. After J-Hope finished his solo part, he took out a prop and threw it to Jimin. After Jimin finished his part, he took out another prop and threw it to Jungkook. But when Jungkook threw his prop, the camera switchers messed up the transition. If you didn't watch this performance live when it was happening in 2018, you probably didn't notice this mistake, because the Melon Music Awards have re-uploaded an edited version of this performance a couple of times. So yes, this is a very small mistake. It's the magnitude of the performance what makes me remember it. But I still think it's not as bad as a year-end award show performance of Mic Drop with no actual mic drop. Next, we have the 2019 performances of Boy With Love and Fire at Good Morning America. What I find funny about the camera work of these performances is the weird angles. I believe this is because the camera people could only be on stage on the sides instead of the front, so we couldn't see a lot of the...
No. It's a motherfucking news show. A morning news show that you watch before your parents take you to school, if you're one of them little kids that watches this show in the morning before you go to school. Or this is a morning news show that your parent watches before they take you to school. But that's what these people do on this channel. It is a morning fluff news show. They have only, because they are so ubiquitous in households, turned into a platform where people that are showcasing music and other products have decided to start utilizing this. But that's why their cameramen, they're like legacy media to the like highest degree. They don't understand how to film fucking music. That's why fucking that should be terrible. All the performances they have are fucking terrible. Like all of them.
Choreography or
Not the actual performers, the way that they actually do the camera work is fucking terrible.
the members singing because they are usually in the middle. Another thing they did a lot was filming the performances from the back of the stage. It was either that or wide shots. Overall, I enjoyed this performance more than I expected to. Just like with my job at SNL, we could see that BTS's performances look good from different angles. Even if we miss some formations, BTS looks good because they are good performers. It's not just the choreography what makes them good. For example, here, other members are singing while the camera focuses on the wrong member, but he's still working with the audience. In my opinion, these little moments make this type of messy camera work iconic. Finally, the performance.
Nah, Bora. I love these niggas. But you ain't really cooked nobody like they need to be cooked. Everybody that's a mess needs to be in jail. We need to get rid of the whole of mess and just have all them niggas be in jail. The mess category needs to go. Because only one or two people are going to need to go to jail. Nah, it's not enough. It's not enough. You fucked the product up. You fucked the product up. Niggas need to go to jail. Damn, that's such a good category. I thought more niggas was going to go to jail.
Performance most of us have been waiting for. Intro performance trailer and Danger at the 2014 Gayo Daejun. Back in 2013 and 2014, the opportunities for BTS to perform at stages like this were limited. So BTS prepared one of their best choreographies, only for their performance to be completely ruined by MBC's awful camera work. There was barely any salvageable moments. The cameras were almost all the time so far away that we couldn't see anything on stage. There was also a lot of the classical shaking of camera. Like I've said, this was a big opportunity for BTS, and they organized what's in my opinion one of their best performances to this day. So BTS was so angry that they recorded their own version of this performance for their YouTube channel. And to make sure everyone knows they're doing this because of the bad camera work at MBC, they recorded the performance 3 times. The first one had very good camera work and it was titled Very Good Camera. The second one only had one point of view, a camera that showed a wide shot of the performance because MBC loves their wide shots. So this version was titled Good Camera because if you don't go crazy with the transitions, your wide shots can still look good. The third version was titled Do You Want More? And it shows that if you just put a camera in the middle of the stage, BTS's performances still look good. You don't need to have excellent camera work, just an okay one. But BTS couldn't even get that. The camera work was simply awful. When you compare how the performance is supposed to look and how it ended up looking at the event, and when you put into consideration the amount of effort they put for this important performance, I can confidently say that this camera work should go to the jail tier. So this is the final tier list. What do you think is the worst camera work in a BTS performance? And also, do you even notice bad camera work? For some reason, I get headaches when I watch certain Inkigayo performances because there's too much movement by the cameras. But let me know what you guys think.
All right. Oh yeah, I was gonna do this. I already did this though. I was gonna watch one of those. What's the high school rapper or something like that?
This practices a lot for their
I'm gonna
performance.
watch one of those. I thought that's what that was. But yeah, no, this was good to see. So I know which performances maybe to not avoid because it's kind of one of those like rites of passages that you kind of if Army's seen it, you got to see it. So you got to go through the same struggles we did. But I'll go through those struggles with wider eyes and better understanding. So I'll know I'm going into bad camera work versus getting surprised with bad camera work. I'll probably still get raging, but yeah, you know, that's just me. I really think that we missed the opportunity to just jail more individuals that deserve to be in jail. That's just how I feel. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about that. Thank you very much to Board for putting this together. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. Please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon, and PayPal in the description. And I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace.